Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Karen's Kitchen. Sorry I'm late, but for the recipe I'm making, I did not want to use my peanut butter that I bought at the store. There's my sweetie. I wanted to make my own peanut butter, so I was making my own peanut butter in the deluxe cooking blender. Plus, I had to get my ingredients ready. So this is the peanut butter I made in the deluxe cooking blender. I don't need all of it. Hi, good to see you. But I want, and it calls for eggs, but I'm not going to. I'm using flax, for flax eggs. So that's why I didn't come on at 1:30. I knew I was not going to make it because I didn't have any peanut butter made, and it takes a little time to grind it up. I wanted to get that done because, like I said, the peanut butter I use in the store has got a lot of sugar and stuff in it and oil, and this calls for natural peanut butter. I figure natural, just a little bit of salt in it is better than all that sugar because you're going to put sugar in this anyway. Brown sugar and regular and cane sugar, so it's going to be too much sugar, so I wasn't about to do that. But anyway, so I was glad to see everybody in here today, and thank you for coming in. Like I said, I apologize for being late. I know Arlene messaged me if I was coming on, but at the time I was too busy. I was doing this, and I couldn't stop to message her and let her know that I'm on. So if anybody's following her and she isn't in here, then let her know I'm on because I know she probably was frustrated at me. I didn't message her back, but I was busy. I was busy trying to get this stuff going. And pulled pork, what is that, Benita? Let me throw this away. Because I don't know what pulled pork is. Thank you for inviting followers, sweetie. Those of you just coming in, this is what the peanut butter out of the deluxe cooking blender looks like. I just decided to put it in here. I don't need it all this. I put it in here for right now. This is natural peanut butter. All this after close to 3 cups of raw peanuts I had. And I thought, well, I don't have quite 3 cups. I'll just use what I have. And, shredded barbecue. And then I just added half a teaspoon of salt and put it in the, I've got this soaking right now. I'll have to wash this later, but I got it soaking. If I can't get it clean first time, I'll have to probably add more water to it and soak it some more. But anyway, I wanted to try the deluxe cooking blender to make the peanut butter because I hadn't made it there yet, and I wanted to make it, so that's why I decided to do that. So I'm glad that everybody's come in here, and I hope that your day's going great because there she is. I'm sorry I didn't see your message, Erlene, but I was busy. I was trying to get myself ready to go. I was doing peanut butter in the deluxe cooking blender. I could not talk back. I didn't want to use the peanut butter I buy at the store because it's going to have sugar in it anyway, so I thought I'm just going to ignore it right now. Yeah, but I was trying to get everything ready, and I just couldn't talk to you because I was in a hurry trying to, and it did come out pretty good in the deluxe cooking blender. There's the peanut butter. You have to use your tamper. I do have a sink of dirty dishes, which I'll do when I get done here. Your phone was shut off? I kind of figured maybe it was. So when you asked me if I was scoping, I was, but I couldn't answer you back because I was busy. I was busy trying to get my ingredients out and trying to come up with enough brown sugar. I've got some, but I couldn't get a cup out, so I'll just use what I've got because I'm going to use some cane sugar on top of it. So this will be a good recipe. I've got my oven lit right now. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do as I'm doing it. I think I need to put this in. I better get a bowl out. I believe I do have to put these in a bowl. Let's see. I've got to figure out. I looked at the recipe, read the recipe once, but I didn't make, since I haven't made, these are peanut butter chocolate chips. So since I haven't made it before, I'm going to be right just like you. It's all brand new. So, well, it says cream them together. Cream together the butter, the sugar, the brown sugar, and the peanut butter. You add, okay, I'm just going to put it in a bowl and get my bowl out here. And I just want to make sure I don't drop these. And I'll put this down here. Just pardon the cupboard door being open, but I want to make sure I do this without breaking these. And I'm going to put this out. And then I'll put this back. See, I didn't understand what that pulled pork was. I've never done that before, so I didn't know what that was. I'm glad you explained it to me. There we go. Now I'll do this here. Oh, I should have had the bowl out ahead of time, but I'm sorry I didn't. But I was a little cream together the butter, the sugar, the brown sugar, and I got to see how much butter I need. I got 1 cup, 3/4 cup of butter softened. I'll have to do the best I can with it. I've got the earth balance. It's not real hard. I'm going to put it in a 3/4 measuring thing here. That's 3/4 of a cup. I got my dishes to do anyway, so I'm just going to get a spoon out and stick that in there. I probably could melt it, but I don't want to melt it too much. I should have set it out earlier is what I should have done. It's supposed to be softened. I'm going to have a hard time creaming it unless I use my beater, but I'll manage. We'll set it out for a little bit and get there. But how's everybody's day going? I apologize if I'm a little discombobulated right now. It's everything happens at once, you know. So things like that happen. You get discombobulated, and maybe I will put that in if I can find a big dish, and I could probably, I want to put it in something that'll go in the microwave. Because I don't want to put this in there. You'll melt it. Well, maybe I'll leave it sit here if I can cream it without too much trouble. I'll try, and I'll just sit it in this bowl and we'll see what happens. It should be softened a little, but I think if I flatten it up a little bit, I can do something with it. It won't be too bad. It's not real. And this is Earth Balance. This is vegan butter. It won't be too awful bad anyway. So it'll get done. So if I have to use a beater and a whisk and that stuff, I'll get it done. Okay. Sarah, hi, Missy. Good to see you. Welcome. Okay, I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do as I'm doing this. I got to cream together my butter, my sugar, my brown sugar, and the peanut butter. Okay, I've got the brown sugar almost measured out. I'll just put that in here. And I'll get a cup of this. This is everybody knows this is cane sugar. And that's why I didn't use the peanut butter. It had the sugar in it because there's already enough sugar in it going in it anyway. Let me go ahead and put this back. Make sure it doesn't fall off. Gotta put it somewhere where it won't fall off. Okay, there we go. That'd be awful if that fell off the shelf and broke. Okay, now. And like I said, this calls for regular eggs. I'm using 2 flax eggs, which I made those up before I came in here. I figure I'm not going to use regular eggs because I'm not going to change my routine at all. Sugar, brown sugar, and the peanut butter. And I think it takes a cup of peanut butter. Yeah. Okay, I can use my thing for that. I don't know where I put my 1 cup measuring thing. Well, I'll just use the, I'll just put it in here anyway. This is what I was going to put it into. So, hope you can all see real good. And I try to use this to scrape it out of the blender. Like I said, I've got it sitting here right now soaking. I'll have to clean it up a little bit later. And I might have to run through 2 wash cycles in order to get it clean because peanut butter has a tendency to stick real bad and it's hard to get it out. But we'll see. This takes a cup of peanut butter. That's why I made my own peanut butter. I did not want to use that Skippy because it's got palm oil in it. It's got sugar in it. It's got salt. It's got additives that you don't want to put. I think you probably want to use the whole thing. It has additives in it you don't want to use. So you make your own, put it in your recipes. It'll be a lot better, especially if you're gonna add more sugar to your recipe. That's way too much sugar. Because you know, peanut butter itself, what you buy in the store has got a lot of sugar in it. Yeah, this is going to be the whole thing. Which is just fine. I can wash this again. I rinsed it out so I could use it. I'll have to wash it. That's fine. So pardon my sink being dirty with dishes, but okay, put this in here. These spatulas are real good for getting things out of the corners and clean things out real well. You don't get it out, otherwise it sticks. Especially peanut butter. It sticks like crazy. Okay. Let's put that in there. Now, somehow I'm going to have to try to figure out how to cream this together. I'll do the best thing I can. Maybe I'll whisk it. If I use my whisk, I might be able to get it. Try to use my Pampered Chef whisk. Everybody knows about this. Hi, Gary. Good to see you. I'm going to try it with the whisk and see how it works. I think I've got everything. I want to make sure I've got everything together that I need to have. Sugar, brown sugar, peanut, and that's why I'll add eggs and the vanilla. Okay. All right. I'll try it with it. Let's see how this is going to work. Might not be able to do too good at first with the butters, but this is kind of might keep it from lumping up. I want to keep the sugar from lumping up. You don't want a lumpy batter. I think if I had melted the butter, it probably would have been better, but I didn't want to take the time. I was already late in getting on as it was. So I hope everybody's doing okay, and I hope your day's going well for you. And how's everybody's weather? I know we've had cool weather. I only get to walk the dogs just once a day now, and that's even hard because Sydney, she cries all the whole time. I think it's too hard on her legs. It's too long of a walk for her, and she gets real tired. So I have to pick her up and carry her part of the way. She's got her sweater on, but I need to get her some boots for some shoes on her feet, I think. I'll have to do that, get some shoes on the feet and see, because she's not doing too good otherwise. I mean, she's doing good otherwise, but she gets outside and then she'll walk for a while. No, these don't spread, Erlene. These don't spread anyway. These are not supposed to, these cookies won't spread. So I don't know what you said previously to that, but these cookies do not spread. Because I have to flatten them. So they will not spread. So whatever you said, it's immaterial because they won't. So, and I didn't see what you said before because I was busy. I could probably go back and look at your comments, but I want to try to get this together as much as I can. If I can get this all together, then kind of whisk it a little bit. Try to get these. This is hard when the sugar starts lumping up. You don't want it to lump up. That's the bad thing about sugar. It'll lump up really bad. I do have my baking sheet. I don't know what that was. All of a sudden it went black. I have that happen once in a while. Try to do this a little better. Oh, well, I don't have a stand mixer, so, and I don't want to get my mixer out. I really don't want to get my, well, I think it's down here. I probably could get it out. I really don't. I could probably get it out. I think it's down here. I think no, I moved it. No, I moved it again, so I don't remember where I moved it at, too. So I'm going to try to do the best I can with this. It said just to cream it together. And it's coming out along pretty good right now. So, but you can use a stand mixer if you want to. I don't happen to have one. So you got to make do with what you got. And I'm not about to buy one when if I don't need one. I know stand mixers are better than your handheld mixers, but I have no place on my counter for it. You can see I have no place for it. So if I had an island in the middle of my kitchen, I would probably get one, but I don't have such a thing. So I have to make do with what I have. I'm going to wash my hands off a little bit. So I have to make do with what I got. I can't. Oh, everybody must be having trouble trying to stay on, huh? Is it freezing? Because people are coming in and out. Yeah, I don't. See, it doesn't look too bad. I kind of got it all pretty much creamed together. I'm just going to kind of stir it a little bit. See, I think if I had the butter melted, maybe it would have been softer. It would have been easier to cream this together. But it's coming out okay. I just want to make sure it's not going to be lumpy. Okay, now I have to add my eggs, which is I've made, like I said, I made. Yeah. Now I've got 2 flax eggs. This is in light of You can always, any recipe, you can always use, oh, a bad connection. Oh, it's good now. You can always use a flax egg for your regular, you know, your eggs. That's what I do. Okay, add eggs and then vanilla. I got to see how much vanilla in there. I thought I was looking about the baking soda, but that doesn't come yet. 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So that doesn't come in yet. So I don't know where I put my teaspoon. Well, I can. Yeah, that's a tablespoon. I'll go get a different. I don't know if I got teaspoons in here. I did have 1 teaspoon. I thought I had a teaspoon in here. Now I'll find something else. Now here's a teaspoon. Okay, I need 2 teaspoons of vanilla. Now I got a sink full of dishes again. Oh well. Now you know I do I make a lot of dishes, so you know I'm really cooking a lot, making a lot of dishes. But if you're a vegan and you see something that has eggs in it and you want to make something without eggs, just substitute for flax. That's all you have to do. Substitute for flax. I've got a lot of recipes that are not vegan, but I make them vegan because I don't use eggs. I use the flax, and it works well. You'll see this is coming along great now. You're going to have a thick batter. That's what they said. The batter's going to be thick. All right. Now, let me come down here and see what it says. Once slowly add in the flour, the salt, and the baking soda. Okay. I got to see how much flour. All right. Let me look at on my flour. I think 2½ cups of flour. Okay. Let's see. Put it in here, I guess. This is real good for adding flour. It's a 4-cup measure, and I just need 2½ cups. And I will take it and tap it on the counter to make sure I'm not putting too much in it. That's about right. When you tap it down like that, whoa, you tap it down, it ends up being more than what you thought. Let me put this back, and then I'll pour that in there. Okay, 2½ cups of flour, and then it's also 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, I'll put that, get my thing out, and I'll put some baking soda in there. I'll just use this and I don't know where I think there's teaspoons on here, I think, is what Vanita had told me, but that's 1½ tablespoons. I don't know where my other ones went. They must be down here in the sink, my adjustable ones. They're all dirty. So I'm going to have to get a regular teaspoon, I guess, and use it. I guess it don't really matter. I'll just use that. What did I say it was? 1 teaspoon of baking soda. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. I do appreciate it very, very much. And it says slowly add in flour, salt, and baking soda. Fold in chocolate chips. Okay. When it comes to the flour, I'll have to take that slow, real slow. Okay. Put this back and I'll be right there. Okay. And I'm just going to start my oven's lit, so I'm gonna have to turn that off so it doesn't keep beeping. It'll stay hot. It won't I can see why they say slowly add it. You don't want to add it all at once because you're going to have problems if you add it all at once. It's going to really be lumpy on you. So you got to just add a little bit at a time. I need to add the salt yet, but I'll get my flour in here first. I love these wooden spoons, the Pampered Chef wooden spoons. And I'm looking up every once in a while. If you make a comment and I don't see it, it's not because I'm ignoring you on purpose. I'm just trying to get this all mixed together. Because it does take time to get it mixed, and I don't want any flour. Well, I gotta put more in here anyway. I don't know why there's so much flour. I don't know why they want so much flour. Seems like an awful lot to me. Seems like an awful lot, I'll tell you. I may not use it all. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Might have to get my mixer out, maybe. I don't know. Try and stir it with this, and we'll see how I'm going to get this mixed together. Because it's going to be a little dry. Or I thought I had the dog. The dog was in here, but she's out now. She took off. The other ones are sleeping. I'm just going to mix this some, and then I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to start mixing it with my hands too to kind of get it mixed together. This might be easier. I'm afraid to get my hands dirty. Might be easier with my hands than it will be with a spoon. Yep, it's much easier. It's much easier. See, it incorporates it a lot better. A spoon just doesn't seem to do it. But you can get your hands in there and work it around in here. It's still got some moisture to it. It's not completely dry, so I can see why they would want enough flour in here. It's getting there. Put some more in here. See, I'm just doing a little at a time. You certainly don't want to do the whole 2½ cups. I would be a long time at trying to get this done if I put the whole 2½ cups in at once. You just slowly just work it in with your, work it in with my hands. That's what your hands are for. You know, hands and fingers were invented before forks and spoons and knives and everything else. So just use your hands and get it mixed together. Should be able to put the rest of this in here. Not that much. Okay, there we go. And then I'll put the salt in when I get this mixed all around. I know it's going to look awful dry. It isn't going to hold together, but they say it will. So we'll see. I've never made peanut butter chocolate chip cookies. I don't think I've ever made any peanut butter cookies on Periscope. Chocolate chip I have, but not peanut butter chocolate chip. Of course, everybody knows I'm using carob, and those are just coming in. I made my own peanut butter. I made it in the deluxe blender. I used almost 3 tablespoons, 3 cups of peanut butter with a ½ teaspoon of salt. Didn't have quite 3 cups, and I wasn't going to add any of the roasted peanuts to it, which are dry roasted and it's got salt in them. I thought, well, I do like that for peanut butter though, but I thought for this recipe, since it's got a lot of sugar in it already, I'm just going to take and make my own and leave the sugar out because there's enough sugar in there as it is. Okay, now let's see. How much salt? ½ teaspoon of salt. Okay. That's tablespoon. Here's a half a teaspoon. Oh, that's a quarter, but I'll just use 2 of these. Now see what I have to do. And then you got to fold in the chocolate chips, so I'll do that when I mix this up a little bit more now. It's almost like kneading dough. Probably should use my batter bowl for this, but you know, this is working all right. And I'm just going to put some chocolate chips in here. It says 12 ounces, but I think that's about 1 1/4 cups, and I really don't want to use that quite that much. So I'm just going to put some in here. I'll just add some. I'm not even going to judge on the chocolate chips. Just put some in. As long as you got chocolate chips in here, it's going to make a mess. Try to get these into balls too. We'll see how this is going to be. I know it looks dry. Sure does, doesn't it? We'll see how this is going to work. I think it might hold together in balls. It looks like it's going to. I know it looks awful dry, but it should hold together. I'm going to try to get all this down here at the bottom. Get both of my hands in here and get this. Oh yeah, see there's flour at the bottom. Did get mixed in here. It would help if I get both hands in here and just work it through. And I'm sorry this is taking so long, but I just want to make sure I do this right. I don't want to mess up. Okay, let me get my... Let's see. Now I have to see about round balls, what size. I'm going to use my... I know, it does, doesn't it? I know, that's what I thought. It did seem like a lot of flour. That's what I'm thinking. I don't know if this is going to make balls or not, but I'm going to, it's going to hold, I don't know if it's going to hold together. I may have to put a little moisture in here to put it together. I don't know. That's like an awful lot of flour. I don't know if it's going to hold together or not. I could add a little moisture to it. A little water maybe. But this is a little, you know, everything is trial and error. I see Alexis is in here. Alexis can watch me goof up a little bit now. I mean, we're all, you know, we all make mistakes. So trying to get, I don't know if I can make these into balls. They're going to fall apart. Maybe I'll add a little bit of water to it to kind of just start adding water and mixing that in, because I think it's just not wet enough. There's an awful lot of flour, you know, for this particular recipe. Oh, this will make it nice and sticky. Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I just did. I put a little bit of water in it. Boy, that makes it, look at it, sticking to my fingers now. So that, you don't need a lot of water, because you see I'm just working it through with my hands. And it didn't call for water in the recipe, but sometimes you have to change things up a little bit, especially if it isn't working out, because now it's sticky. That's what you want. You want it sticky. Now it's sticking to my hands, which I really didn't want that, but at least I know I can make it into balls now. Let me wash my hands real good. At least now we can make them into round balls, which I'll use the cookie thing. And those do not spread out, so I'll have to flatten them. When I put them in there, it says to flatten them because they won't spread out, because that's the type of cookie they are. So, you know, when you can't get something right, I've got my towel, something right, then you got to go and redo it. Okay. Now this should work. Yeah, they're going to be round balls now. Yeah, they're going to be nice. Oh, I'm going to put this down. There we go. Now you can see. I'll have to flatten them out a little bit, and I'll just flatten them out with my, like that. I'm I mean, this is the biggest cookie scoop I'm using. I thought, well, this will make them round, because to myself, I can't really make them real round, and this will do a better job. And I'm just going to flatten them out just a little bit, because they don't spread. That's what they said. I still think this is a little too much flour for the recipe. So if you guys go to make it, you can do whatever you want and cut back on the flour. I should have cut back on the flour, but I didn't want to because I was afraid that I would make a mistake. Well, that didn't want to stick together, that one at all. So I'm going to try to put this together a little bit more. Whoops, I dropped some on the floor. If my dogs were in here, they'd be getting it. They're my vacuum cleaner sometimes. Okay. I'll try this again. Yeah, they're not really too bad, I think. You see somewhat. Oh, must have fallen. I'm not saying they're going to hold together when they're baking, but we're going to try to get them to hold together. Let's put this in the back a little bit. Make a little bit better ball out of it, and then try to flatten it. There, that's better. That's better. I try to make it a little bit more round and stick it together with my hands. Then maybe it'll come out a little bit better. There. I've got a mess on my cupboard, as you can see. I got a mess all over. I'll see how many cookies I can get on here, because I can only put one in at a time, so I may have to just make some more. Oops. If they fall apart, well, that's going to fall apart. I can see if I put that together a little bit better. I don't want them falling apart on me, so if they look like they're going to fall apart, I'm going to remake them. Well, this first one could be done a little bit better, because it looks like it was going to fall apart a little bit. Now, there. And I do use parchment paper, as you can see. I love parchment paper. Hi, good to see you. Ha! Look at the mess I'm making. I'm really making a mess with these cookies. Oh, well. Ha! You know, if I make a mess, I make a mess. It's okay. I'm not perfect. Let me put these up a little bit more, so I have a little more, because they're not going to spread anyway, so I'm part of as many on here as I can get. Because that's why I'm flattening them out, so I don't have to worry about not having enough room. But you know, adding that little bit of water I added really did help. I probably could have put a little bit more, but I hate to put too much water. Better in here and work this together a little bit better again. This is a job. Huh? Now you guys got something to write home about. Tell everybody, watch Karen goof up on her Periscope. At least I'm giving it a try anyway. I'm not giving up. I'm keeping on trying. That's what I do. I keep on trying, because I'm not a quitter. I don't like to give up very easily. I might add a little bit more water, because some of that at the bottom didn't get mixed in there. I'll add a little bit more water to that, because it didn't get mixed in like it should have. It was more at the top than it was at the bottom. So add a little water down here. Now it's really sticking together, as you can see. Look at that. I didn't quite get all the flour mixed in either. See, there we go. Now they should hold together fine. Just a little dry. I don't know why they didn't have to put in water in the recipe, but sometimes, like you said, you have to take the recipe and change it up a little bit to get it to work. And that's what I had to do, get it to change it up and get it to work. So, okay. Thank you, everybody, for coming in. Is everybody still with me? I know this is probably a boring part for most of you. But, you know, you guys are watching me and you're learning too. So if you make this recipe, you're going to have to do what I did. Either use a lot less flour or add water. Add water and it makes a better consistency, because the consistency it was no good. Some of these cookies are going to be bigger than others, but hey, it doesn't matter. I'm going to have some dough left, so I'll wait to get these out of there and then I'll have to make some more. Because I can only put one cookie sheet in. Well, yeah, I could probably put 2 in there. I got to get another cookie sheet out. I can put 2 in there, I think. Some of these are a little bit bigger than the rest, but now I got 12 on here. Let me rinse my hands off again. Put these in there, and then I'm going to get another cookie sheet out with some more parchment paper. Or I can use my silicone mat. I think I'll just use parchment paper. And I think I'll just stick these in there, but I'll wait until I get the other ones going so they can both bake at the same time. So I'm going to hold on. Keep starting up until I get the other ones done so I can get them. And that's the smart thing to do. Let me get another cookie sheet out of here. I'll use this one. This is the Pampered Chef one. I'll use this one. I'll get a piece of parchment paper for it. I gotta find them. Oh yeah, here they are. A little big, but I'm going to put it on there anyway. There we go. Okay. I like that cookie sheet from Pampered Chef. It's an awesome cookie sheet. Pays to have, I know, Alexis has got more than one cookie sheet. You got to have it if you're going to make a lot of cookies, you know, especially if you're trying to get them all baked and everything. Can't put all that many on one cookie sheet. I really don't know how many this is supposed to make. I didn't even check the recipe. So since I'm using the bigger scoop, it's going to make a little less. Maybe they wanted you to use enough flour to make quite a few. I don't know. Well, there's 15 already. And I'll put that back. It'll be probably cooled down a little bit, but it won't be cooled down much. I'll get that started back up again. There we go. Because I want them both to get done at the same time. Because I don't want to open up the oven door while they're in there baking. That's not the good thing to do. You see, they're sticking to my hands. So far, I've got 18. So we get about 19 cookies or so. That's quite a few. Oh, that's awesome. Awesome. Okay. Well, there's the rest of them. I'll put these at the bottom. This back up there to 350 and then put it on. I'll have to probably heat that up a little bit. Might have cooled off a little bit, but I'm gonna see how many I have to have it in there for, and then I'll compensate for that and put it in for a little longer. Okay, let's see. 10 minutes it says. Maybe I better put them in there for 15. Probably. Oh, don't want that. I'll put them in there for 15 to compensate for that extra time that I took. There we go. All right, now I'll just do that. There we go. Okay, now put you back up. There we go. Well, I know that was a long, drawn-out thing, wasn't it? Wow, look at the mess I made. Whoa. I've got a lot of dishes to do later. Got a lot of cleanup to do right now. No, I don't. I don't speak Spanish. Sorry. English only in here. I'd appreciate it. If you can speak English, I would appreciate you speaking English. So how's everybody doing? You still hanging in there? Yeah, it's Spanish. It says habla en español. It means can you speak? He's asking the question if I speak Spanish. No, I do not speak Spanish. And the reason I knew that's what it said is because I did take Spanish in school. I took Spanish in 9th grade a long time ago, so I learned my Spanish. I forgot a lot of it though. I'm not up on Spanish, you know, and I don't, you know, you're going to get people come in these periscopes and speak other languages. I know they speak French in Alexis' scope, because you have that one that comes in there and speaks French, and of course Alexa says cuckoo to her, whichever that means. I don't know. I see that and I think, what does that cuckoo mean? I have no idea. But so try to clean this up a little bit. I'm not going to do a real good job to try to get some of it while I'm standing here. Oh, you saw that one? Okay. Oh man. Okay. I think I got everything. I'm not going to do my dishes now while I'm standing here talking to you. I'll wait until I get done. I probably should get my canister cleaned out a little bit. Put a little bit more water in here because I made my own peanut butter. Probably should. I soaked this for a little bit, but I probably better add more water. I absolutely have to add more water. I'll put about 3 cups of water in there, and I'll try to make it hot water. It's a heated wash, but I'll make it hot water. It'll work a lot better, I think. Let's see. Where did I put my... Well, I'll just use this. It's 2 cups, and I'll add another one after that. So I'm just going to wash out my... Do the heated wash on my blender, since I made peanut butter in it. It works quite well, but you do have to stop it. When you're using the tamper, you do have to stop it because you will overheat it if you use the tamper too long. So I just made sure I stopped it every little bit. Just push the button, just push the knob and stop it. Because you don't want to overheat it. Because I think that's what happened on that cashew butter I made that one time. It got overheated because I was running the tamper too long and didn't stop it and give it a chance to rest, you know, and it didn't help it any. So yeah, let me get this going. Find my lid. Oh, here it is. You can watch this. Okay, for those that don't have this, you can watch what I'm doing here. Okay, I'm going to put this on heated wash. Right there. If it doesn't clean it real good, then I can always run it again. But it should clean it somewhat. Sometimes I just get in there afterwards and just take a rag to it and clean it out. Oops, I forgot my cap. I better put my cap on there. Well, I better pause that for a minute. Put that. I don't know where I go with my cap now to use my tamper. I better just happen to see that my cap. Where did I put my cap? Why? I can't have that cap missing. I hope I didn't put it in my sink. Let me look for that real quick. I didn't think I put it in my sink. I just laid it on my cupboard. And I just don't see it. If you guys see it, let me know. I'm looking for it. Did I put it up here? No, I don't think I did. I don't know why I didn't. I can't run the heated wash without the cap on because it'll get all over my kitchen. I'll be painting my kitchen with soap. I gotta find that cap. It's gotta be in here. I may have put it in here in the sink. I didn't think I had, but I certainly can't find it. I don't know where I put that cap. Isn't that something? Do you guys see it? Behind the butter, behind this. Oh, ta-da! There it is. Thank you, whoever said that. Thank you. Okay, all you do is just stop it, start it back off. Just push the button back in, and it'll automatically go. That's how you pause it. You just push the button in to stop it. You don't want to cancel it. So there we go. Because I just happened to remember that. Well, you don't want to do the you don't want to do the wash without your cap, because that soap comes all the way up and I'll end up getting all over my kitchen. It's 92 degrees right now, you can see. Let me go ahead and put these back. But you can't very well use the tamper with that cap on. So that's why I couldn't figure out where I put it. And it was right by the quick cooker. Good place for it, I guess. So that's 102, as you can see right now. It's 102 degrees. It does a real good job. For those that may not have this, this gives you an idea of what this looks like. It's based on the quick cooker. You know, the looks of it. At first, when I first saw it, I didn't like the looks of it until I saw Alexis use hers. And then when she started using hers, it didn't look that bad to me. But once I got mine, it started growing on me. So I thought, man, this is awesome. So I just decided I was going to get it, and I'm glad I did, because this is kind of my go-to. I use it a lot, along with the quick cooker. Those are my two favorite appliances from Pampered Chef. Of course, now they say Ninja's got one of these. Has got a got a blender. Oh my! Everybody's following suit, and they're trying to all copy each other. You know, you have the Ace blender, which is from the Instapot, and you have Pampered Chef's got their blender. Now you have the Ninja's coming out with one. You know, that's really something. They're all trying to outdo each other. But I think when it comes to cooking blenders, I think nothing compares to this one as far as cooking stuff. Now, the Vitamix is still good. There's nothing wrong with the Vitamix. It just doesn't cook your food. It heats it up, but it doesn't cook it. But I love this for the cooking blender. It's awesome. It's 118 degrees right now, not 117. Yeah, see, without that cap on there, it'd be all over the place. Because it's coming through the top, so I needed that cap. But I think for a cooking blender, this is awesome. I've never made smoothies in it yet, though. I'm not sure how good it would do in smoothies. But I've used it for a lot of soups. I've used it for the butters, hummus. I know Alexis, I think she's used to use it for smoothies. I'm going to use my Vitamix for smoothies, I think, and this for soups, because it heats it up, blends it. You know, this is a very good blender. You can't go wrong with this blender. It is quite expensive, however. It's $349, but it's well worth it. It's a very good blender. It does the good job. It does the job it needs to do. You want it just to make the caramel sauce, Nikki? Well, you can do a lot more than, it does good. Oh, that's what Arlene said. It does good for I haven't used it for ice cream yet. It's been a little too cold for that. So when spring comes and summer comes, I'll have this then, and I can make ice cream. Now, it probably will do a little bit better than the Vitamix on ice cream. Vitamix, you have to use the tamper a lot. Arlene said you don't have to use the tamper very much on this for ice cream, so I'm going to try that and see, because I want to give it a whirl. You can see it's having a little trouble cleaning that, but I'll just take a rag on the inside and clean it. Oh, and I did find something else out. If you get, this gets kind of dull on the inside, on the bottom, you know, it looks like it's soap scum or whatever. I take a little Barkeeper's Friend with a little bit of water after the cleaning cycle, Barkeeper's Friend with a little water, and the brush that came with it, and it cleans it right out. You just hit the cancel button. And I'll take this off. I'll have to wipe the top of this off because it didn't wash the top of it. Let me get this. So I'll have to take this on the top. Pretty much I can run it underwater to get the rest of it though. Got to rinse it off anyway, so I'm running this underwater, kind of clean it off a little bit. But I did a real good job. This is a heated wash. I like the fact that it's got a heated wash. I would suggest when you use your blender, at least, if not every other time that you use it, you take your seal off. Because see this seal, it didn't come as clean as it should be. Take your seal off and wash it around it, because you want to make sure that you have no gunk or any stuff on it. I'm going to clean this off because it didn't quite come clean. And it's real easy to put back on. But this is you got to keep this seal clean. So all you do is just put it right back on. It just fits right back on there. Now watch me not be able to get it on now that I'm telling you that. I've always been able to get it on before. There you go. It's on simple. Just what the heck? You cannot put this in the dish. Somebody had. I was watching the or looking on the the Deluxe Cooking Blender Facebook page, and somebody was asking if you could put this canister in the dishwasher. I'm thinking, no, there's electric components in here. You don't put that in the dishwasher. No way do you do that. So I'm going to get like a little scraper, or I'll just use my rag in here. It's still got soap in it. And just clean around the edges that didn't kind of come clean like this. And then just rinse it out. That's basically what I do if I see a little problem that didn't come completely clean. And just, because you got your soap in that in here, and it cleans it right out. And be careful that you don't get soap on your components underneath. So basically that's all there is to it. And then I'll rinse it out a few times. What I like to do, instead of putting it in the sink to rinse it out, I stick it on my counter and I rinse it out that way. Because I don't like sticking it in the sink and trying to rinse it out, because I'm afraid I'm going to get water in the components. So I just kind of rinse it out just a little bit this way, and just kind of swish it around, a little bit, and try to get. I'm going to rinse my rag off and then run that around on the inside. It takes a little bit of time to get this really clean, but it's well worth it. It's really well worth it. So it cleans it up very, very nicely. And I have a microfiber towel. I don't know what the rest of you use, but I use a microfiber towel to clean it because I don't like to get any dirt and stuff on it. Carmen, watch out. Come on. I'm going to rinse this again. Put some dirt, just put a little water in it and kind of swish it around a little bit. And then I'll take my towel and kind of clean it out. It's basically clean, and I'll just use my towel, my microfiber towel, and kind of run on the inside and kind of clean it up. And kind of shines it up a little bit too. Because you got to take real good care of this. Because if you don't take real good care of it, you're not going to have it very long. This is a very good piece of equipment. This is my favorite blender. I mean, I don't take anything away from the Vitamix. I still use it from time to time. When I grind flour, I grind my oat flour and stuff, I use the Vitamix because I got a dry grain container that I use for that. I'd rather do that than get the blender out. But you can do it in here as well. This is the first time I've ever made peanut butter in here, and it turned out pretty good. I didn't have to use the tamper too awful long, which was okay. Because if you have to use that tamper too long, then it you're gonna burn it up. So there, that's all clean. Wow, I lost a lot of people. Must have ended up losing their connection or something. When that went black, did I freeze? Because I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, I was black. So, and whoever gave me the super hearts, thank you for the super hearts. I see that there's some there. I do appreciate that. Thank you very much. Oh, these are spreading out a little bit. They're trying to, they look like they're trying to hit the next cookie. But you know, that's something that's okay. I'm not gonna worry about it. I'm gonna get them on my heating rack down, cooling rack down, and I don't know where my other cooling racks. I gotta find my other one. Well, I'll put one up here on top of the. Still, it won't matter once I turn it off. Put one on here and up there. But is everybody still with me? Oh my goodness, I lost everybody. Where'd everybody go? You still with me? Some of you still with me? Am I freezing? Let me know if I'm freezing, because I don't want to stay in here if I'm freezing. Oh, I see you're here. It did freeze for a bit. I know it went completely black. I just wondered about it. There, Erlene came back. Oh, back now. Oh, good. Oh, I know, when it went completely black, did it freeze? Because I saw it go completely black. I saw comments coming up, but I didn't even see myself. I think Periscope is wigging out on us. You know, it's not me, it's Periscope. They're having problems. Okay, I'm going to get my my microwave grips, and I'll get these out. That'll start cooling down now. Put them in there. Oh my. They actually spread. Look at that. They did. Look how big they got. Oh my goodness. Holy smokes. Whoa. Holy smokes, they got big. Look at that. They got big. They got humongous. Wow. Gee. They got humongous. Wow. But they sure do look good, though. Don't they? These have to become cool completely, though, before I can even touch them. Wow, look at this one. Whoa. Look at those cookies. They got huge. And they said they didn't spread much. Wow. They spread a lot more than they said. I'm going to let them cool completely because I do not want them to fall apart. Yeah, they do look good. A couple of them are coming to come together, but they say they're soft when they come out, but as they cool, they'll thicken up. They're supposed to be chewy, but I'm not going to touch them, not do anything to them until they cool way down, because I don't want to ruin these cookies. I want to put them up on my vegan page. And for those that may come in here and have not did not know what the recipe is, I will give it to you right now. It says, okay, let me go. 3/4 cup of butter softened, which I didn't soften it. I probably should have. It had a little bit hard to cream it up. A cup of sugar, a cup of brown sugar, which is an awful lot of sugar, and that's why I made my own peanut butter. I wasn't about to use the Skippy because it's got palm oil in it. It's got sugar in it. It's got, I don't think it's got corn syrup in it, but it's got stuff in it that you really don't want to put in these cookies. So I thought, well, I'll make my own. That way I just add salt to it. 2 eggs, which it called for. I use flax eggs, and these things still look. They still worked. Still works. 2 teaspoons of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of baking soda, a half a teaspoon of salt, 2.5 cups of flour, which is an awful lot of flour, but you make an awful lot of cookies out of it. A 12-ounce bag of milk chocolate chips. So I didn't measure those out either. I just put some in there. It looks like it's going to be okay. These are pretty good size too. They all got actually pretty good size. I mean, I can't believe it. These got big too. Oh, that thing's hot with the rag. Woo, I better not touch that. It's really hot. That one really gets hot. Hi, John. Good to see you. Welcome. I better use my microwave grips on this because that's hot. Look how big these got. Look at those. Aren't they big? Look at that. Wow, they really got big. I have to sit it up here right now. Just sit it like that. It'll thaw out. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Long time no see. Look at my, yeah, don't they look good? Peanut butter chocolate chip cookies. I made my own peanut butter, John. I did not use any peanut butter from the store. I made it in the deluxe cooking blender before I came in here. That's why I was late getting in, because I wanted to make my own peanut butter. And I just used it was almost 3 cups of peanuts. It was supposed to be 3 cups of, and it was raw peanuts. It was close to 3 cups, and I didn't want to add any dry roasted peanuts to it, so I just used what I had. And then I put that in there with a half a teaspoon of sea salt, and it worked great. Oh, thank you. Yeah, they do look. They said they wouldn't spread. So here I am tapping them. You know, I made a ball out of them, and then I flattened them out. But they spread a lot more than they said they would. So they're big cookies. They really are big. So they actually look pretty doggone good, if you ask me. They really do. They look really, really good. They all look good. These spread, they're really, I can't believe that they got, this one really got huge. That really got a big cookie, but I like big cookies too. I've never made, I think I have made peanut butter cookies, or maybe not. I know I've made a lot of chocolate chip cookies, but I've never made any peanut butter chocolate chip. And I saw this recipe and I thought, well, I'm just going to make my own peanut butter and go that route. So I don't have to worry about putting all that sugar from the peanut butter in there too. I got to let my dog out just a minute. You want to go out, Carmen? Here we go. Okay, come on. Go out there. Come on. I had to let her out. But I didn't want to use the other kind of peanut butter because it's, yeah, they probably would be. You're right. Yeah, they would be. Which I don't have any of that. I've got to make my own almond milk, which I was going to do today, but I forgot to get the almonds out overnight and soak them. So I'm going to have to do that tonight is get some almonds out and soak them and make some almond milk for tomorrow, because I don't have any almond milk. Because when I had cereal this morning, I didn't have any vanilla almond milk, so I had to use the unsweetened. It isn't the best in the world, but at least there's milk in it. So I thought, well, I'll just have to use it for now, make my own almond milk, and it's better that way. Because I try to keep almonds on hand. Making your own almond milk, it tastes a lot better. You can fix it any way you want. You can add to it whatever you want. So that's what and I've got something here. I bought this before. I had milk. I can put the vanilla almond milk in here. I bought this at Walmart a while back. They had no carrageenan. I kept this and washed it out so I can put my almond milk in it when I make it. So I'll probably use that instead of my jar. But if you don't have the deluxe cooking blender and you'd like to have one, you get with Alexis and see about getting one. They are, like I said, they are expensive. Oh, welcome to Periscope for the very first time. Welcome back, Missy. They are expensive, but they're well worth it because they do a good. Hi, Deb. Good to see you. You come in after my cookies are already baked. Oh, they do. They smell good too. They really smell good. They got bigger than what I thought they were going to. I just made them in balls. I used the big cookie scoop and I just put them in round balls and flattened them out a little bit, but they spread some. Yeah, you always come in at the end, but you can always watch the replay, Deb. But it took a long time to get these made because I had to add a little extra water to the cookie dough because it actually is a little dry. Took a while to make it. Anyway, I'll tell you what's in here, Deb, is a 3/4 cup of butter softened. Now I didn't soften my butter first, and I probably should have. It would have been better to cream it. 1 cup of sugar, and I used cane sugar, did not use the white sugar. 1 cup of brown sugar, and 1 cup of peanut butter, which I made my own in the deluxe cooking blender with just almost three cups of peanut butter, or peanuts, raw peanuts, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. And then I just used my tamper and went around on the inside and made real good peanut butter. It made a cup of it, and I used it up. And I called for a cup of peanut butter, 2 eggs, which I didn't have. Don't use real eggs, so I used flax eggs. Look how these turned out. You can take any recipe that calls for eggs and substitute for flax. Flax is real good for egg substitute. 2 teaspoons of vanilla, and 1 teaspoon of baking soda, which I use the non-aluminum baking soda. 1/2 cup of, or half a teaspoon of salt. That'd be an awful lot of salt. You couldn't even eat it. 2.5 cups of flour, which I thought was an awful lot of flour, but it made a lot of cookies, but that's okay. And 12 ounces of a bag of milk chocolate chips. Now, I didn't measure out the chocolate. I just put them in there. I didn't measure out. Probably should have been 1.25 cups, but I didn't measure them out. I just poured some in there. So that's how you make it. It's very simple. It's a real good recipe. They look great. They look really good. A little less chocolate chips than mine has in it, but who cares? They're for me, and as long as I can taste the chocolate chips and the peanut butter in there, it doesn't really matter anyway. Some are going to have more chocolate in there. This one actually got a huge cookie out of it, but these have to cool completely before I can even take them and even do anything to them, because I don't want to ruin them by touching them now. Oh, you had to get back out again. I kind of figured so, Arlene. It seems like you're never home very long. And I know my daughter, she's probably getting ready to sit down to get her supper, fix her supper, I think. So that's probably why she's not in here. She help the boys with their homework. So I know she had to leave for that reason. But these are real good cookies. So I'm going to post these on my vegan page. Be patient with me. I'll get to them. If I don't get them in there today, I'll get them there tomorrow. I got to make sure that they're going to be good enough to post up there, because I don't want them falling apart on me and try to post them up there. But I'm going to get them all put out onto a plate and take a picture of it. Hopefully it'll be a good picture. I got some, oh, it's snowing. Oh my goodness. Now you be careful, Erlene. We're not dark here by any means. We're going to be dark in a couple hours. We're not snowing, but it's a little cloudy. But the recipe I made yesterday, I posted it up on the Quick Cooker Facebook page. I got a lot of comments on that. Somebody says, oh my goodness, I've been looking for a recipe for the Quick Cooker, and they're going to make that. So I had some for lunch. I put them in 2 containers, I think in the 5-cup and then 3-cup Pampered Chef containers. I ate the 3-cup one today and got it used up. That one. I got to eat the other one yet. But anyway, and actually it tastes a little bit better, except the onion really is overpowering. The red onion is really, really hot. today, hotter than it was yesterday, so I don't know how I'm going to get through that one, but we'll try anyway. But if you can try to find your own recipe and make it, go for it. Do what Alexis and I do. Make your own stuff at home instead of relying on manufacturers' processing. The processing they go through is horrible. It's way too much processing. You don't want to go through that much. You want to do it yourself. And if she can do it and I can do it, you guys can do it yourself. Do it at home. That's what she said. That's why she's got her name, Alexis Can Do. Because I can do it as well. I started this and I just keep doing these periscopes and I'm enjoying doing them because it's a lot of fun for me. It gives me something to do. I come in here and I show you what I can do. And you guys appreciate having me come in every day. It sure is. It is absolutely better. You're right, Vanita. Much, much better. Because you're not relying on the manufacturers and you know what you're putting in your mouth before you put it in there. You know what the ingredients are that you've made into your product, so you don't have to worry about guessing at the ingredients. When you see the manufacturers the processing they go through and see all the chemicals they use to make the stuff, it just curls your hair because there's so many chemicals. It's terrible, that many chemicals. You can't pronounce them, and I always say if you can't pronounce them, don't put them in your body. I know I don't want to put them in my body. If I can't pronounce them, I'm not going to put them in there. You know, I want to leave it out. That's why I make the stuff myself. I know what the recipe is. I've got the recipe in front of me. I says, oh yeah, this is how I made it. And I've got the recipes there on my iPad or my iPhone or whatever. And if I want to make them again, I just go and pull it up on my iPad and from Pinterest on one of my boards. I have the boards, you know, listed, and I know where I put it at, and I just bring that up in that board and then just make it again. Some things I won't make again, others I will. You know, but I love going onto Pinterest and finding new recipes. Erlene's always sending me stuff from YouTube. She sent me one, I think it was this morning. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet, Erlene, but I will look at it later. But you can freeze some of the cookies. I don't know if I'm going to freeze them or not because I love cookies. I'll be eating them. But you can freeze them, I think. And I think I got 19. I got 12 here and there's 7 here. So I got 19 cookies out of it. So that's awesome. You know, that's more than a baker's dozen. A baker's dozen is 13, so I got 6 extra out of that. So it was a good recipe. It seemed like an awful lot of flour, 2.5 cups of flour, but look how many cookies it made. So I guess that's not too bad. And I'm always hungry for cookies. Well, now that I've made my own, I don't have to go buy them. You know, I can make this recipe whenever I want, as long as I've got, you know, peanut butter on hand, make my own peanut butter or whatever, make the cookies, and I don't have to go buy them. Oh, I tell you, once you get on Pinterest, you'll be lost there. I'm not actually lost, but you'll be so happy that you found it that you can sit there for hours. I do. I sit there for hours looking for recipes, going through all the recipes they have. And it's an endless amount of recipes, always adding new ones every day. If you want a vegan desserts, then you search for vegan desserts. I search for vegan recipes easy, and then that comes up. And of course, you have other recipes sometimes within it too. But if I want a dessert, I'll go to vegan desserts, and that's what I come up with. But this was amongst my vegan recipes, and I thought, well, this is awesome. Peanut butter chocolate. Now everybody knows I use carob chips. These are not chocolate chips. So I'm gonna stress it out when I write the recipe out. I will tell you that they're carob chips and they're not chocolate chips. Those that are not vegan, feel free to use your Hershey's chips or whatever kind of chips that you buy. Feel free to use those. Carob chips taste just like chocolate chips, only better, much better. So I use those because they're healthier. They come from a plant. I'm not sure exactly where it's grown, but they come from a plant, and they're pretty good. So feel free to use whatever you want to use. I don't know if the cookie fall apart. Let me make sure. Okay, there we go. No, it's not falling apart, but look at it. See? No, I'm not going to try them yet. They're not completely cooled down yet. But I'm sure they're going to be good. They're not completely cool, but I will. Well, actually, I picked this one up so I could go ahead and try it. I'll still have 18 cookies yet. Nice and soft. Whoa, like Alexa said, booyah, booyah, booyah. This is what this is. Oh man, these are good. These are awesome. Awesome. Nice and soft. Very soft. Not hard at all. I can get into these. Best cookies I've ever had. And I've made a lot of cookies. They are. I've made a lot of cookies. They are. They're really good. I've made a lot of cookies, but these are the best ones I've ever made. They're so good. Really are. They're awesome. You have the peanut butter and the chocolate chips together. Makes it really good. You know, because I've made chocolate chip cookies, but never peanut butter chocolate chip. And I thought, I'm going to make these. Little work to do it, but so fine. They're not good. They're not falling apart. Thank goodness. Took a little bit of water and put it in there. I think that's what helped. Hold them together nicely. Oh, man. You want me to try the cookies? Well, now you see I tried one. They are so good. So I've got 18 cookies left. So there you go. Awesome. Would you make these? Wow, look at those. Wow. Awesome. Like I said, this is what they look like. They're awesome. So, yeah, I do too. I don't know why they didn't have you add water to it. It wasn't in the instructions, but I could see it was getting too dry, and it did help. They are, oh man, talk about delicious. Oh my goodness. You can get a sweet tooth by eating too many of these, I think, but they are soft. I don't like real crunchy cookies, but I love soft cookies, and these are nice and soft. And they're holding together awesome. I'm going to let them cool a little bit longer. Then I'm going to put them on a plate and take a picture of them and put them in on my vegan page. I want to see how many people will make these. Yeah, they are. They're awesome. They look really good, don't they? And they taste. Oh, man, it's to die for. It really is good. Very, very good. You know, making your own peanut butter. You don't have all, because if I would have left it and done the peanut butter that I buy in the store, the Skippy, this would have been way sweeter than it is. This is just right, because I made my own peanut butter and it doesn't have sugar in it. I just used the sugar that's in the recipe, and that's it. Actually, there's a little bit more sugar than it should have been. I didn't quite have a cup of brown sugar, but I used what I had, and then I used a cup of cane sugar, but that's still quite a bit of sugar, but it's still good. Broccoli with cheese sauce on top, on the side with, oh, that sounds so good, Vanita. Oh my, that sounds so, yeah, that broccoli cheese soup made in the deluxe cooking blender is awesome. I made that at least once. I made the cheesy potato last week, not on here, but for myself again. I was so hungry for it that I made the cheesy potato in here. Since I don't have dairy, I have no problem with this scorching. Now, somebody was looking on the deluxe cooking blender. I'm bringing you a little closer here. Deluxe cooking blender Facebook page. They said that they had just got their blender and it was scorched on, and they fixed, I don't know what they fixed, but it scorched on the bottom after one time. But the book does say that dairy will cause it to scorch. But since I'm not using real dairy, I'm using like vegan cheese, or I'm using non-dairy milk, I don't have that problem. But people were giving them suggestions like using vinegar and baking soda or ketchup and leaving it sit. I would say just use the barkeeper's friend and use it with a little water and the brush that comes with it. This is the brush that comes with it, and clean it off. And it, like I said, mine looks like it's got soap scum in the bottom of it sometimes. Not every time, but once in a while, and after I wash it. And I don't like it because it looks terrible to me. So I'll just take a little bit of barkeeper's friend and put a little bit of water in the bottom of the container with the barkeeper's friend. Take the brush and go all the way around the bottom, and it cleans it up nicely. That brush is real good for that, but it cleans up real nicely. So that's one of the quirks of it. You will have problems maybe getting a few stains on it. But if you don't mind the stains, then don't worry about it. But the scorching, yeah, you don't want that for the simple fact you don't want that stuff, that burnt stuff in your food. You know, like I said, I've never had it scorching on me. Other people have, but you just have to know how to deal with it. Anyway, I think I'm going to go for now. I'm going to make this my final shot. I'll hold this up and make this my final shot. I hope you all have a great and marvelous day. And until we meet again, take care. And thank you so much for the super hearts. That's awesome. Until we meet again, take care. God bless. And I hope you have a great and marvelous day. Love you all. Bye-bye. I sure will. And you too. Bye-bye.